Good morning, you lovely lot. Well, can you smell it? The weekend is here. The weekend is here. It's just about here, just about there. We've got another day to go, although...
For some of us.
For some
of us.
Okay, I might not have any shows. I do have some prep to do, but I might not have any shows to do, which has been here now, well, for day two.
Day two of three.
The day of three. Oh, so you're only in tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes, so that's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
So I can almost smell the weekend.
Just about.
Just another day or two to go.
Yes, yeah, just about. But do you know what? It's going to go quick.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be very, very quick. It is. I know it's going to be a good weekend as well for yourself. And
yes.
Is it Corin tomorrow? Yeah, Corin tomorrow, isn't it?
We've
Absolutely.
got some great shows lined up. Yeah,
so that's going to be good. So we're going to lead you into the weekend when it comes to today on Crafters TV, where you are currently watching Wake Up Call. And then what we have got is we have got our 2-hour Colour Me Happy. It's back coming up later on in the day, 2 o'clock in the UK, 9 AM Eastern Time, 6 AM Pacific Time, where we, the royal we, are going to be looking at the Aqua pens. And then we're going to... 2 days in a row, Debbie.
No, I know, but it's a different one today.
It's a different craft vault.
It's a different craft vault, and it's a Debbie's craft vault.
It is, yeah.
Because I've had a little hand in choosing certain items, certain favourites of mine that they allowed me to. We'll just say that they allowed me to have on the show. So we've got some great deals lined up for you. I'm super excited though, Craig, about Colour Me Happy.
It's going to be good, isn't it?
It feels like an eternity since I've done a Colour Me Happy show. So I'm really, really excited. All about Aquas, so our water-based markers. The Tricolors as well as the Aqua markers. So I'm going to share with you lots of things that you can do with them, why they're fabulous colouring mediums. So there's going to be hints, tips and questions. This is that interaction bit. So if you can think of anything you want to ask, then come and join us at that 2 PM show. Although we are going to tease you in gently.
Are you now?
In this first show.
Okie doke, perfect, awesome. What I'll probably do then when it comes to Colour Me Happy, if it's all right with Debbie, what I'll probably do is do what I do with Jan. So let Debbie explain what she's doing, the technique, and then every now and again we'll do the questions together in that nice little chunk, and it gives Debbie a bit of time to explain them and that. So we'll do that, of course, within Colour Me Happy. And if there is anything in Wake Up Call, it's absolutely perfect to do that. We've got Rebecca on the socials for Wake Up Call. Actually, she says for today, so I'm not sure if she's on for throughout of the day. I have to say a massive thank you to Rebecca, because I was doing a little bit of filming before we went live, and I would not have been able to do it without Rebecca's help. So a massive, massive thank you. When that VT thing does go out, I'll tell you all about it, because it was a lot of fun. It was. I think our Sam was just getting a bit... Okay, right, Craig, let's get this done.
I left you to it, Craig. I absolutely left you to it, because I thought I could see that things weren't. It took a while. It took a while.
But I'm always open about this, Debbie. Funny enough, I'm quite comfortable doing live.
Yep.
Give me something pre-record to do. Nope, can't do it. I just can't do it. Cannot do it. So yeah, it took a little bit longer, but we got there in the end.
Obviously, when you got there, you did a great job.
We got there. Yes, we got there. We got from A and we got to B. How we got there, I don't know, but we got there in the end. Right, as I was saying, yes, so we've got Colour Me Happy coming up, and then Craft Vault. Now, sweet surprises. So what is today's sweet surprise? Well, you've got 15% off your craft essentials. So your essential crafts across on the website. So there is a section on there. So go into your sweet surprises. You're going to see it where it says 15% off your craft essentials. What I need you to do though is, once you have selected what you would like from that category, when it does come to the promo code at checkout, you just need to put craft ESS15. So capital letters, craft ESS15, all in one word. You can call it that, letters and numbers, but yeah, all in one, large capitals, craft ESS15 in the promo code. That'll take the 15% off. Does end midnight tonight though, so you've still got a bit of time, 5 minutes into the first live show of the day, so at midnight time wherever you are across the globe. What's even better than that, actually, is it better? It's, you know, on an even keel, Debbie.
What's that?
Double points.
Oh, I love a double point.
All weekend.
Yeah. All weekend?
All weekend.
Amazing.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, double points all weekend up till midnight your time on Sunday, wherever you are. So not only could you be taking advantage, of course, of that 15% of the craft essentials when it comes to sweet surprises, you will be getting your double points. So whether it is simply something like an adhesive pack, maybe the Colour Me Happy Essential Collection, you're going to be short, whatever it is, you're going to be getting your double points. So maybe this is what's going to take you over that threshold recycled into platinum or one of the other categories. Maybe.
Yeah,
it might very well be. So certainly not only today, but this weekend is absolutely the place, the time to be shopping. And what's more, you might be saying, well, what's happening to this golden ticket, Craig? From yesterday.
Oh gosh, yeah, how could I forget that? I've got a gold. Can you hear them?
I know they're singing.
I've got a golden ticket.
Yeah, all singing.
We all want the golden ticket. We all want it. They're going crazy.
They're going crazy. We've got Nicola and we've got George of the Joystick in the gallery today. Now, when it comes to the golden ticket, if you did, of course, place an order yesterday and then pop your details in, of course, that competition link, then 5 lucky winners are going to win their order from yesterday. And myself and Debbie, we're going to announce the 5 lucky winners in the final show of this Friday on Crafters TV. That's within Craftfall. So 6 o'clock here in the UK, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. That's when you need to tune in to find out if you're going to win your order from yesterday.
I can't wait.
What a day it's going to be.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be
Not
so
only
good.
have I been able to choose me on Craftfall things, I'm getting to do. We're going to get to announce 5 people who are going to get back what they spent yesterday.
Brilliant.
That's amazing.
Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Well, now you might want to take advantage of your double points, and you're going to be having a look at Colour Me Happy with what Debbie's away to show you in a moment. We've got a starter kit for you. So this one is your Aqua starter kit. This is giving you your ink pad, 15 Aqua markers. You're getting 1 of your stamps, and you're going to be getting your watercolour cardstock. Now, when it comes to all of that, you're going to be £35 or $45. You've got a really, really good saving when it comes to that today's price, saving $18.95 or $30.91. But we do want to give you something better, and that's what you're going to get if you're platinum. It's going to come down to £28 or $36, and let's not forget you're going to be getting your double points on that as well, all through today and Saturday and Sunday up till midnight Sunday for your double points. So Spectrum Noir Aqua Starter Kit with your ink pad. You are going to be getting your Aqua pens as well. You're going to be getting your stamp. You're going to get just a lovely collection when it comes to that Aqua Starter Kit. That's what we're going to be having a look at first, but let's go on and say hello to Sarah Brown, is saying, hello my friends, Debbie and Craig, my 2 favourite people. Shh, the others might get jealous. Ha ha, shh. Sending you all hugs from Melbourne, Australia. I won't tell anyone, won't tell anyone. Alicia saying good morning and greetings from Arkansas. We've got Lizzie saying hello everyone from Somerset, UK. Hope you're all having a good day so far. I am. I'm having a lovely day. What about you, Debbie?
Yes,
lovely day?
absolutely. Yep, absolutely. She says, getting ready there.
Getting ready.
Nearly.
Just about. That's 2 days in the trot. I've done that to you, Debbie. 2 days in the trot. Georgie, you well today? Very well indeed. Nicola, are you very well? She's never been better. It's Golden Ticket Day, as Nicola was saying. Absolutely. Rebecca, are you well today? I know you're well. Teresa saying, good morning everyone from Peoria, Illinois. Maybe pronounced that one wrong, but I know it's Illinois anyway. Diana saying, good morning, Debbie, Craig, Team Social and everyone. Val is saying, hi, Craig and Debbie, looking forward to today's show. Val in Southampton. We've got Linda saying, hello, Debbie, Craig, CCTV team. I hope you are fantastic, or hope you are having a fantastic day so far. Just waking up in snowy Minnesota. Ooh. But yeah, it looks lovely, but I bet you it's not lovely to be out in. I don't think so. Betty saying good morning from Oklahoma. Kirsty D is saying hello everyone. I'm being tormented by 2 little people, Lily and Zach. Oh, that's all the fun on a Friday when it comes to 2 little people. Lily and Zach. I'm not too sure as to who they are. Are they kiddies? Are they grandkiddies? Are they doggies? Are they cats? Are they animals? Let me know on that one, Kirsty, because Nicola wants to know as well. You Expressions by Candy Westphal is saying hi from Portland, Oregon. Liz R is saying good morning, crafty friends, Craig, Debbie and social team. Chrissy Mahoney saying hello everyone, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you and everyone else. Alison Lee saying hi Debbie, Craig and all my crafty friends. Carol McDaniel is saying good morning, Craig, Debbie and crafty friends. And Evelyn Boyle is saying good morning. Carter's family. I think that's meant to be Crafters family, and my favourite crafting team celebrities, Craig and Debby. Oh, bless
Celebrities?
you. Celebrities.
Celebrities?
No.
Oh, bless.
No, Celeb Deb, yeah.
Oh,
Celeb Deb, yeah.
that's the nickname that my daughter's partner gave me, Celeb Deb.
Celeb Deb.
I mean, I suppose there's worse nicknames you can have.
I like that.
So I'll take that one.
I like that one.
It always makes me laugh because he'll always say Celeb Deb. Even when he sent me Christmas present,
Celeb Deb.
through a great gift voucher, it came through Celeb Deb. I was like, oh my God.
Brilliant. I love that. Love that one. Yes. Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. I hope you are well, and it's so lovely to have your company today on Friday's full day of Crafters TV. Right, let's very quickly go back to that starter kit again, and we'll go across to Debby. Because it is your Aqua starter kit, you're going to be getting your ink pads, your 15 markers as well. You're going to get your one stamp and your watercolour card. £35 or $45. If you're platinum, that's going to come down to £28 or $36. And of course, you are going to be getting your double points. So let's have a look at the colours here. Because when it comes to your Aqua Tricolors, you're going to be getting your, well, 3 pens. However, you are going to get 9 colours in total. And with these being water-based, you can blend these ones out. You can get a multitude of shades. You've got your warm primary, cool primary, and your complementary. Now you can see how these start to blend together when it comes to those 9 pens in total. Not only that, you're going to be getting your Aqua marker essentials. So you're going to be getting all 12. So it's 12 of them plus your 3 of these ones there. So 3 pens, although technically it is your 9 colours, as I said a moment ago. So there is your Aqua pen. So that one there being your essentials. Once again, water-based. You get a multitude of different shading when it comes to each and individual pen. And then the stamp that you're going to get, and this is really lovely to get. It's a little bit different for things that you would maybe see with your Aquas. Tend to see these with the alcohol-based pens that we do. Lovely to pop this one in for a change when it comes to your Aqua, because of course you can colour in. All you need to do is stamp, of course, with your watercolour card and of course your watercolour ink pad, which are waterproof, which you've got included as well. So that's what you're going to be getting with, of course, your waterproof ink pad too. So within this one here, you're going to be getting the ink pad, this one being Flagstone. So that's a lovely one. So it's still a deep tone. However, it's not as sharp as a Noir Black would be, but it's just on that edge of being a little bit too dark, but not quite. So that's a lovely one to use. And of course, you do get your full pack of your watercolour cardstock. All of that £35, $45. Platinum though does come down to £28 or $36. All of that, everything else and so much more that we're not going to be able to show all throughout the day is across on the website on Shop the Day, so crafterscompanion.co.uk.com and .eu for you guys Central Europe as well, because you can get your hands on all of these goodies. Right, let's delve across to Debby and have a look at what we're going to be doing with the Aquas.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about them first because we have got that show lined up for you later on. We're going to go through a little bit of a colouring journey in terms of how to use your Aqua markers, your Tricolors as well, because they're both from that same family, the Aqua-based, so water-based. Aqua obviously being water, which is why we talk about them in that term and why we've named them that. The Tricolors are still Aqua markers, but they've been popped and configured together that work and complement each other. So you've got those 3 different kind of colours in one pen. But I'll talk a little bit more about them as well later on in the Colour Me Happy show.
Okay. I'll
start with, actually, I'm going to use some elements from the starter kit because there may be, I'm always aware that new people join us all the time.
Well, that's right, yeah.
We have new viewers. We had a lovely new viewer yesterday called Vivian who joined us for the first time and commented for the first time as well. So I'm always aware that new people join us all the time. Obviously, Sarah's doing bits and bobs now, so people are being drawn into the world of craft. QVC, we're bringing in some new viewers from QVC. So it's like we're extending the family, but I never take for granted, because I know there's a lot of you out there that'll know what an Aqua marker is, that'll know what a Tricolour is, but I never take for granted how to use, why we need these things, why we've put them together in this lovely starter kit for you, and why you need the right paper, the right ink pad to go with the medium that we're going to be using. So I am going to talk about those, and I am going to use, like I said, I'm going to use things from the starter kit as well, and also show you how to do a few little techniques. I'm not going to give you too much away though, Craig, because I want to come back and join us, because I've got loads lined up. In fact, so much so, I had to write myself a mental note yesterday, just because I want to try and cover as much as you can and show you why, especially if you love colouring, why these particular pens are very forgiving in terms of easy to use. You can rectify mistakes. They're so they're water-based markers, and I will talk about the Aqua markers. They're dual-tipped. So when you come to a dual-tipped marker, in fact, let me bring one of the colours in from the, and I'll bring in the terracotta, the brown one. Not normally what I normally use, but just to show you that dual-tipped marker. Now, with all of our pens, they have this very unusual shape. It's ergonomically shaped to fit in your hand comfortably. Makes a difference when you're holding a pen. A round barrel can be quite uncomfortable. I know that sounds bizarre, but it can be quite comfortable. And of course, with a round barrel, when you pop it down, it rolls. So with an Aqua marker and our Tricolors, and all of our pens, to be fair, Craig, they have this shape where they can sit. And once you rest it down, it doesn't move anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
No.
Now, the dual-tipped marker, the dual-tipped aspect of the Aqua marker is a very, very, very fine tip. And I say very, in fact, can I just come in with a darker one? Because I want to show you straight away.
Yeah, it's going to be good to see.
So if I come in with one of the dark ones so you can see. In fact, I'll come in with one of the other colours so you can see. This one. This is from another set. We have got lots of different choices on here, but I'm just going to show you. When I say fine tip, can you see how fine that is?
So fine.
It's like perfect for writing with, the finer details with as well. And then you have the brush nib on the other side. And it indicates it very clearly on your pen, fine, and the brush nib, beautiful brush nib as well that makes easy to colour with and pick up with as well. And also the barrel itself. So there's got like a little grey tip. So when you've got your cap on, you can see that that's the thinnest one and this one doesn't have one on.
All
so it gives you the little details. It's all those fine details. And then of course you've got your lovely brush nib. So you can see straight away the difference between the dual tipped marker. I'll talk about the Tricolors in a second. However, we're going to show you now, what you're going to need is a good brush, when I say good brush, we've got, now I will just have to steer you towards, because I'm not sure, producer Nicola, I'm going to call you today, I keep referring like producer Johnny, producer Nicola, whoever's producing with us. Do we have the Royal Langnickel brushes on the show? We'll check.
She's going to have a look
if not,
for us.
they'll be on the website. So go and have a little look on the website if they're not on the Shop the Show category. Is that right? Shop the Day category?
Yeah.
Just go and check them out on the website. A really good brush. A really, really good brush. In terms of lots of different sizes. So you go from right to the very thickest. And these are like flat brushes, and then you've got what's called a more precise brush, which is perfect for doing all your painting techniques with as well. And the lovely thing about our Royal and Langnickel brushes that we sell here at Crafters TV and Crafters Companion, should I say, is they're super made. Well, do you know have you ever paint brushes in the past, Craig, where they come out?
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
You don't get that with these.
No, you don't.
So they're absolutely incredible. Mine, I was telling Nicola earlier on today, mine I've had for years. Absolutely, years and years and years I've had them. But there is other things, options that you can go to. Spectrum Raw, we do a lovely water pen. So this has got water in and it's got a brush on the other end as well. And then, of course, you can use your clear overlay pens. Excuse me, I'll turn that over. Got a little bit of a mess there. You can use things like your clear overlay pen as well, which is, it's basically water with that fine glitter in there. And it can be used for all sorts of different mediums. However, I want to show you the brush itself. So when you are using these, and I'm just going to I'll bring in my flat brush for a second, and some water. I'm going to bring some water in. I've got myself a little tissue as well, because what you don't want to have, and there is two ways you can apply, and I know Craig will tell you as well, and I'll tell you the reason why we have different choices and different ways to use them, because this is a personal choice, but it's also, I'll explain the differences as to why we do it as well. Watercolor cardstock, premium watercolor cardstock. It's got the grain in there. Shall we call it a grain, Craig?
Yeah, grain and fibres,
it's not
isn't it?
smooth, so it means that it holds it's a porous, so it means it holds that water-based medium really, really well in there. But we need and I'm not going to say saturated brush, we need a damp brush. So when you've dipped it into the water, you just need to dab the excess off, because what I want here is a damp brush, not dripping wet through, because it will affect, it'll affect things. And you can go directly onto your cardstock. The thing with this is that it can dry very quickly onto chosen cardstock, which then means it could be quite difficult to move if you've let it dry and gone away, or you've left it for a couple of seconds. But if you've got your brush ready and you're going on, you can just drop a little bit down there and then move that straight away by coming in with your damp brush. And again, you can just take a little bit more, dab a little bit off, and you can start to drag out. And what's the word we use? Emulsify. Is that the right word? Where it emulsifies onto there. So you can see straight away I've been able to move that instantly. And that's with a damp brush. With a wet brush, it's a little bit more difficult. So always have a little bit of spare tissue at the side of you. And then, of course, the other option, and the one that we all use, because obviously that grabs very quickly, once it's dry, it would mean that it would be quite difficult to go back in now and start moving that around. So, for example, if I come back in, can you see the difference? Because it's dry, it's because it's dried, because it's a porous nature, it soaks it in. It's perfect for the medium, it's perfect for watercolour, and the reason being is it doesn't warp. So if you use other different kind of cardstock, you get that. Do you know where you get the crinkling, Craig, and the warpage or the bubbling? Yeah. You'll get that with other cardstocks, which is why we use watercolour cardstock. We've popped it into a starter kit. We also do a watercolour premium pad as well. So there is choices that you can use. There is choices, kit, you've absolutely got that to go with. So you can see straight away why. Now the other thing that you can do with it is use your glass mat or craft mat as a palette and pop down just a little bit onto your glass mat. Doesn't need a lot, you just literally just scribbling a tiny bit onto there, and then coming in with your brush. This is when you can then pick it up. Now again, it would be the same. You're just going to get it a little bit wet. I'm not going too mad with it. So again, it's that damp brush that I'm coming in for, and pick it up and colour. Excuse me, I've just realised this is a brand new brush. Guess what I didn't do? I will just tell you that. Brand new brushes have a little coating on the top. Yeah. I realised the minute I put it down thinking I've not knocked the coating. So you just give it a little flick on the tip of your finger or the tip of your hand, just to give those bristles? It's not a sprout, Debbie. Bristles.
It's like a light dried adhesive coating on it, isn't it?
Yes, and it's just in that process of coming. This is one of Tracy's. Please don't tell her, Craig. John caught me and Nicola.
She's away this weekend.
Is she away this weekend? Yeah. I'm fine, she won't be watching.
Yeah.
I caught it. I needed a new one because I forgot my little thin one, and I said, I need a thin one. So me and Nicola raided through Tracy's drawer and found it.
Just very quickly as well.
Yes.
Neither Tracy or Jake are in today.
Are they? Oh.
It's John's in charge.
Is it our John?
Our John's in charge, yeah. Yeah. So you could get anything from him.
Nicola's saying, I can't believe you've just told everybody it was a secret. We weren't meant to say anything. Even John said, let's not tell Tracy.
Let's not tell Tracy. Tell you what, let's just tell the whole entire globe, the whole world, but not Tracy. Someone will tell Tracy.
That I've been rooting around in her drawers. Get off that phone now, you mister. Now, literally, take your brush and then come in, and then that's when you can start to colour. You can still drag out, so you can still go in with your pen, but I absolutely love using them for this reason. Look how far. What are you doing? Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing. No, nothing.
You behave yourself, you little devil.
Wasn't speaking to Tracy. No, not at all.
Yeah, I'll tell her. I best get it out of the way and just tell her. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll clean it and put it back. She'll never know.
No, she'll never know.
She'll never know.
No, I'll have your back.
Thank you, Craig. Now, can you see how much I've got from that little bit that's on there? So much. And I've still got a lot left on here that I can then still come in with and pick up, and I'll mingle the two together, and I can still come in and add. If you want to add more definition, you want to talk about colouring and you want to add a little bit more. Now, what I will say is, what you don't want to do is wet this brush. You don't want to wet either of these nibs. So you're not going to go into something that's wet, because this is it still takes a couple of minutes to dry.
Can I just ask, Debbie?
Of course you can.
What would happen if you did do that?
You're going to interfere with the brush nib. And that's when you can kind of, and I say spoil, but you could soak away some of the ink that's in there. If you think there's a lot of ink in this barrel, and there is a lot, this is quite a nice big barrel, I will just say these aren't refillable.
Got you.
So once these have gone, they've gone. So it's not a permanent system. But look at the size of that barrel. There is a lot of ink in there, Craig, for either end. You will lay them flat as well, because if you do have them so upright and all that ink just drains down to the bottom of there, means this will be nice and juicy, but this will be dry.
Got ya.
So just make sure you've got them nice and flat. If you have stored them and you can't store them any other way, what I would just say is before you use them, let them settle for a bit so you can put it down.
That's good to know.
So it's just that we recommend that you put them on, you know, you put them in flat. But there is ways around it, but you would need to let that settle so that all that ink can then evenly go back in that barrel.
Yeah.
So you can see just how much I've got out of that. Of course, this is water-based as well. I will just tell you as well, though, with your clear overlay, if you've got a clear overlay, now I know you guys have already been ahead of the show, because they've already gone. You may, also will tell you is they will be coming back in, but this can act as a water brush. I know how Craig loves his, I love mine. And it does mean that it can act as a brush because literally you've got that fine glitter, you give it a good old shake inside, but you can do exactly the same where you can go directly onto your cardstock. But remember, if you are doing that, and I'm just going to get mine primed and ready, that you need to make sure you're going in pretty quick while it's still wet so that you can manoeuvre, that's the word, manoeuvre that around and move and emulsify. So you can see straight away, again, brilliant in terms of that, how it just moves quickly from that dark colour, because that's the original colour. That's the original colour. This is the kind of effect that you can go with. And then, of course, you can still do the same. Drop a little bit down, go in with your brush, and then you can paint with it as well. And what you've got here now is a paintbrush that's actually giving you a bit of sparkle, because once that's dried, you've got that lovely bit of sparkle. And I will just say, if you are using a brush like this, it doesn't stain. All you're going to do is wipe it till it comes clear on your tissue, which is why it's always good to have a little bit of tissue. And now you've got a clear overlay pen again, ready to go, not contaminated. And that's the nature because it's a water-based.
Got ya.
So, and you may get some stainage with your brushes, I'm not going to lie, because if you see some of mine, although to be fair, my brushes have had Aqua inks, they've had sparkle pens, sparkle inks. So some nature, it depends on the ink that you're using that you are going to get that staining. However, when you give it a good clean, and again, you are good to go, even though there might be a little bit of stainage on your brush, I know that pink's now gone because it's all there in that tissue. And I always recommend have a good tissue at the side of you because you can see, I mean, look at me, I've just been doing a bit of scrolling. I will talk about waste later on, and don't waste.
With you, sorry Debbie, I was just about to say, were you saying as well about the potential kind of staining? Kind of going back to our stamps, isn't it? And our quick dry. Some of them may taint them and stain them, but it doesn't affect the future. That colour won't transfer back into your next project, is what Debbie was just showing there with that paintbrush. Absolutely. I'm just going to show you one more thing, Craig, a little quick technique if I can. Using the Tricolors. So I'm going to take one of the Tricolors. The lovely thing about these, and you're probably thinking, well, you're so used to seeing our Tricolors being the same colour family. What these are they're still an Aqua pen, so it's still Aqua-based medium in there, water-based medium in there. So you've still got that lovely ink, but it comes in that split form of 3 colours in the one barrel. Now, I want you to remember this one. This is why I think this is amazing. Because in there it's split. The ink's split. So you've got the purple, which is the orchid. You've got the alpine green, which is there. It has to be split off because you can't mingle the two together. No, you can't.
And then you've got the amber in this one. But they've been... just talk about that colour wheel and, you know, the warm tones, the cool tones, the complementary tones and things like that, which Leanne's gone into great detail over the course of Spectrum's journey. These complement each other. However, they're still water-based. It still means that you can do exactly the same thing that I've just done, where you either use your mat. In fact, actually, I'm going to do this. The difference between these is straight away, you can see there's no dual-tipped marker.
No, there's not.
It's just the one, and it's that beautiful brush nib. But you can still act, and you can still create a bit of a colour wash. Shall we put the 3 together?
Well,
let's pop them down. So I'm going to put them on there. Oops, that's the same colour, Debbie. Actually, I'm going to pop... I say quite a bit, but it's not really quite a bit at all.
No,
can you hear the lovely little... People say, what about the squeaking? It's me glass. It's the glass. It's the glass mat that does it. But I'm going to create a little bit of a wash. So I'm going to move to one of the flatter brushes, which is why it's always good to have different brushes in there. And you can go directly, spritz the water, drop it in. Again, we're going to cover all these techniques during the masterclass.
Colour me
Colour
happy.
me happy, thank you. Nearly got that
You
wrong.
did good.
Wrong
You know,
technique.
you're along the
Actually,
same
it's a bit of a
lines.
masterclass colour me happy
It
all
is.
in one.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're going to get to learn to different things. Now, while it stays on a non-porous surface, so we know that a glass mat is non-porous. It doesn't soak in, it lays wet, it's going to stay wet there. If it does dry, it just activates with a bit of water.
Okay.
There are other things that you can use as well, Craig. So you can use things like, do you know your acetate? So you can use acetate and scribble onto your acetate. If you don't want to get your glass mat wet or mucky or anything on, you can use things like clear acetate. Obviously, this is not clear because it's got that lovely stamped image on. But you can use that as a palette, and you can use that to go on to if you don't want to go on there with it. But this is non-porous, so it's not going to do any damage, and it just means that I can then go in. It still stays wet, and like I said, if it doesn't and it dries, it will activate again with water. I'm going to come in with this, and I say I'm going to have a little bit more of a wetter brush this time, but I'm going to come in and pick up some of that colour and create a little bit of a wash between the two. So depending on how strong you want these to be, you would obviously pop a little bit more down and you're coming in. But can you see how it smooths out? It's got that lovely smooth transition. But you can go back in and you can add some more. And all I'm doing is flicking my brush from one side to the other. Now, I would not be able to achieve that with a water brush that's got a thin brush. I wouldn't be able to achieve it with my little paintbrush.
Right.
So you wouldn't be using that to create a wash, Craig. You need a flatter brush. So go and check that. Did we check them out, producer Nick?
So only two of them.
Two of them are in stock, that's absolutely fine. Go over and get those two if you need to. Again, I'm just going to dab off the excess. I'm going to get rid of that peachy colour or that amber colour. I'm going to come in with the green. Actually, I need a bit more green than that, Debbie. What do you think you're playing at?
It's the versatility that the Aqua,
yes,
blends, Tricolors
get. That is absolutely what you get with these. You've got the versatility to create your lovely little backgrounds. You paint with them. They're water-based, so you can do all the things that you would normally associate, like your salt techniques. You can. The only thing you can't do is like, do you know what I love doing? I love dropping ink into shaving foam.
Yes.
You won't be able to do that with these. That's different. But these are such versatile pens. They really are. It literally is. You take it. Do you know the world of watercolor? But we've put it into a pen. Okay. That's what we've done with this. Now, I'm going to come in now with that lovely purple, and I'm just going to hold that down. And again, just creating a little bit of a colour wash. And then coming in, and again, if you want to add a little bit more, just build that up and just blend. And they blend so well. Now, they blend so well because, A, you've got the right watercolour cardstock.
Okay.
And that's why you get such a lovely look. I will just tell you as well, I'm not going to, throughout the show later on, I won't be wasting ink. Like I am doing there. Although saying that, it wasn't a lot.
No, it's not loads, no.
I'm just going to give it a little blast, if I may. Now, I'm just going to plug... Have I not plugged myself? Do you know, I thought I were all organised.
Just need to plug it in.
I haven't plugged it in.
Not
so
quite plugged in.
I'm going to use our heat tool because I'm just going to dry that off so you can see that lovely smooth transition. You can do it with your glitter mark. You know the clear overlay? If you want to glitter your background. Yeah. What you would just do is drop some of your glitter mark, glitter into there and pick it up with your brush. Perfect. So I can go back over if I wanted and add a bit of sparkle. So there's lots of lovely things that you can do with it. However, the loveliest thing that I love doing with it is showing you why it's a water-based. So you can see how gorgeous does that look. That smooth transition of the three. And that's the complementary colours that's just in the tricolour. And I've not even talked about, which I will do in a second, because I'm aware that I always go on a little bit, but it's just, I'm so excited. I get really excited. You know how much I love Colour Me Happy. I felt like I were grieving for a while when, and we didn't remove it. We just bring it into different areas, didn't we? We just had to change it with the weekend schedules. But yeah, so it's lovely to get my hands and get back into doing a Colour Me Happy show because I absolutely adore showing you lots of things that these pens can do. And in terms of, like I said, the versatility, you wouldn't be able to get this with an alcohol marker. Alcohol markers have their own place in the Spectrum Raw family. I love colouring with them, Craig loves colouring with them, but the types of techniques you're not able to do with a water-based marker, which is what we've got here in the form of the Aqua markers and the Tricolors. So first of all then, you've seen that now, so you think I'm probably going to ruin it, but I'm not. I'm going to show you why they're water-based. And I'm just going to take my little thin brush, bit of water. This is when I'm not dabbing it off this time, because I want to create a little bit of a background wash. I want to create a little bit of faux bleaching. The stronger your colours, the stronger the effect it will be. I've gone with some quite muted ones, but again, I'm just going to flick quite a lot down onto there so you can see the kind of looks that you're going to be able to achieve. So you just dropped on a few little bits of water onto there, and then I'll use this. I might as well, Craig. You know, there's no problem using that.
No.
But you can already see it. Can you see what's happening?
You can see it start to change,
It's
can't
almost
you?
in front of your very eyes. This magic happens, and that's because these are water-based markers. Water-based aqua markers, water-based tri-markers. You have got so much capability and so much different things that you can do with it. So you've seen me create the wash. Now I'm doing the faux bleaching. Drop my dirty tissue, but you'll forgive.
And that's the thing, because you can have a lot of fun with the different techniques just within one project that you're doing. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is now, and you know me, Craig, I will sit on a night time and I'll create lots of different background pieces. That's now a lovely background piece that I could use in terms of die cutting, in terms of a background, perhaps put a stamp over the top to it. But this is just showing you how wonderful our Tricolors and our aqua markers are. They're a water-based medium. I've not even touched upon what you can do, because we'll talk about these in the form of a 12. Now, I'm just going to bring in that Essentials just for a second, because this is a lovely set, this Essentials. And these, is this the Essential set that's coming in the starter kit, Craig?
It is indeed.
Perfect. I'm going to bring in the other colours. Let me just move those out of the way, because
all
I've pinched them all here. You've got some really nice colourways in here. So I'm just going to pop those just in there for a second.
Okay.
And bring in the box. So the box itself shows you all the colours that you're getting. So you're getting peach, you're getting spice, terracotta, tan, chocolate and sepia. So these are the darker. And there's a reason why we have these in: lime, olive, moss, slate, charcoal and black. Now, just for a sec, am I able just for a second to show you a little bit more? Is that okay?
Go for it, Debbie.
Just because I want to show you why we've got these essential sets. Now, that stamp that we've brought in is perfect to have a practice. Do you know your practice? And I'll show you a little bit, if Nicola will allow me, I'll show you. Yeah, perfect, thank you, Nicola. Where in terms of, you can start to mix your colour palette. Now, the beauty of having a black in, or the darker colours, means that you can actually mix your colours.
Right.
So if I bring in, let's bring in that pink again. I'm going to bring in the pink from a different colour. I'll just move that to one side, and I'm going to pop that down onto my mat. Now, I know Craig uses his glass mat a lot. I'm going to be totally honest with you. So do I.
Yeah.
I prefer to paint rather than having the worry. And I don't mean worry, because you saw how easy it was to move it. But what I mean by the worry part is that if I've let it dry just for that little bit extra longer than I would have normally liked, while I'm busy getting other bits and bobs, I can't then move. You know, it's difficult to reactivate it once it's dried into the porous, soaking it in, porous surface. So that's why I prefer to pop it onto my glass mat and pick up and paint. And I know you always have done that, Craig. You've been a big advocate of that. But yeah, you can start to alter colours. So you've seen that lovely pink, but that's the pink that I've been using in terms of the, is it the rose that I used, or was it the darker one? Was it the crimson, Craig? I think it might have been the crimson.
I think
However,
it was,
I'll
wasn't
just
it?
show you. I'll grab another scrap. I've got another scrap of paper, it's fine. I'm just chop some bits up. So again, let's go in with my brush. I'm going to grab my tissue again.
Just if you didn't already know by now, this weekend coming, this is our last weekend where we have our 1 hour shows. From the following next weekend, we are going back to our 3 2-hour shows over the Saturday and Sunday. So you're going to get that long, that extended educational shows that you're going to, that you know and love from previous. And of course, that's going to be coming back from, not this weekend, but the following weekend. So if you see Colour Me Happies or that dotting up, you're going to get back to that 2-hour form when it comes to that. So not this weekend coming, but the following weekend, we are going back to, so basically the first weekend in March, Saturday, Sundays, we are going back to our 3 2-hour shows on a Saturday and a Sunday.
I can't wait.
It's going to be good, isn't
it? Can I show you something, Craig?
Go for it.
Because, do you know I talked to you about why you don't dip your brush into the water?
Right.
So this is my own pen.
Right, okay.
And when I first got my aqua markers, because I wasn't really aware of how they worked, and I thought, I'd seen a demonstration with them, I thought, oh, I'll have a little go. And I went... And I always remember Leanne now saying, no. I remember saying, no. So I wonder if our George can come in close and show you. Can you see what happened to my brush?
Oh, wow.
So that's what happened. It went all bitty. So do you know when I'd said about that little start one at the beginning? Please don't do what I did. Now, I've still got a bit of ink in there, so I can still use it. Okay. So I can still get me ink on there. So it's not that I've completely destroyed it. but I would if I wanted to go straight onto there.
Definitely,
So
yeah,
that's why you don't want brushes like that. That is
No.
a beautiful brush nib, but mine, I've killed it, basically. But again, you can see I can still use that onto there. So yes, so that's one of the reasons why. So it's always good to show you, I think, Craig. It's good to show
it
you.
really is.
Now, I've popped down a couple of the colours. That's the colour as it is, as it stands right now. But what you can do, where's my tissue gone again, is you can take in a bit of the colour and then dab in a little bit of the black, and it creates another little bit of a colour. So we're going into like a more of a shabby, chicy pink,
aren't we?
just by mixing the two together. So you can alter colours. So that is now that same rose colour, but now it's added that little touch. And I say a little touch. Did you see how much I put on there?
So
it was
little,
the tiniest of amounts. I've put quite a lot down there, but you're going to come in and then pick up, and then you're going to, so you can create some different colours. Now, if I put a bit more in there, can you see now? But the difference, that's because I put quite a lot of that down, but it's still got that shade of pink running underneath it. Absolutely. So again, you can come in, but then of course you can still blend over the top and can create like another colour. And I'm still, even though it dried that little bit, I've still been able to kind of activate it again, because look how far. I mean, it's going on. Could you see how far I'm going there? I'm thinking, how much more can I get out of that piece of paper?
It's like Jack and the Beanstalk.
That's with this colour here on its own, with a little dip of that black, and you can create like a different shade just by adding that little bit into there. And of course, you can come in and again go over the top. So you can have a play. Honestly, I want you to get them home and really play with them. That's exactly what I did. And I know you would have been saying, Craig, have a good old play with them. But now you can see, and that's why the essential set is great. That essential set as well, can I just tell you, has been thought of well, because you've got your skin tones in there, hair tones in there. So for that stamp that we've put in that starter kit, you absolutely are going to be able to do that with it as well. So I love them. I will talk about this as well, because there's a reason why we've popped that into there. I feel like I'm going on, Craig. Do you want to pause and have a little break? Just as in, like, in terms of, are you okay? Because I would spend 2 hours solidly, sorry.
That's what do.
I would spend 2
don't
hours
apologise.
completely talking about these fabulous pens, the reason why you need the right watercolour cardstock, the reason why you need the waterproof dye ink pad. Because the one question I used to get asked so many times at store, I don't understand ink pads. Which is the right one for my Aquas? This is before we had our finesse range in our Spectrum Noir. Which is the one that I need for alcohol? Which is what? And honestly, there's a minefield out there. And I used to have to download charts. This is no word of a lie. What's oil-based? What's water-based? And that's how and then I used to get myself in a pickle. And I never wanted to give the wrong information out. Lovely Leanne and the team have come up with the most simplest of ways of looking at this is the ink pad. It says waterproof on the front. It says non-smear with watercolour, and it has your paintbrush. So you know that this is the perfect one. I'm not going to worry if it's solvent-based.
No,
or
definitely
I'm not going to worry about any of that, because it says it instantly, and there's a picture on there, so I know whenever I reach for a Aqua marker, a Tricolor, anything that's got water in, like our glitter markers, our sparkle pens, our sparkle inks, anything that's got that and I want to stamp with it and colour with it, that's the one I'm going to reach for. And Craig is right, we've brought in that flagstone. Am I all right to show you?
Yeah, go for it.
Lovely. It's just a very quick one. I promise, Nicola, I'm not going to colour this image in. I'm just going to show you.
Nicola's enjoying it, George is enjoying it, I'm enjoying it, and more importantly, all of you at home are. I get carried away, I know I get carried away, but it's just, I think sometimes, and that's what I love about Colour Me Happy, it's a very educational show, as well as colouring, it's an educational show, which is why we always ask you, if you want to come and ask some questions, fire away. I will do my very best to answer them while I'm here for those 2 hours. And as it's been a while as well, there might be new viewers that are watching that don't understand why. Yeah. Why I've got this stamp, why I've got this ink pad. This stamp is great for you to practice on hair and skin tones. And for the reason being is that a lot of people associate these stamps with alcohol markers. No, a stamp's a stamp. Exactly.
You can take any stamp and you can colour with alcohol markers, water-based, glitter markers, whatever it is that you want to use, which is why we popped it in there. We want you to open up your mind, open up your crafty abilities as well, and show you how you're going to do these things, and why we have the right ink pads. And I'm going to do this for a reason. And you probably think, and I know every time I do it, people go, "Gosh, she's lost lever of sensors. What are you doing, Debbie?"
Is this a Fiona?
Yes, it's a Fiona.
Yeah,
Fiona. It's a Fiona and a Debbie, because Debbie used to do it. And I used to look at them on telly thinking, what are they doing? Literally, what are they doing? Well, we're going to stamp. So I'm going to pop that on. And bearing in mind, I'm going to leave that there for a second. So I'm going to pop that, stamp that image all the way around. And any stamping platform is good, but straight away, I'm going to come on and I'm going to adjust. And I've pulled quite a bit there, probably gone a little bit mad. And sorry, just a little bit daft. Just make sure your fingers aren't dirty, because literally, if you've got inky fingers, it'll interfere onto there. However, they're fairly clean to start with, but look.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I am rubbing it in to the porous cardstock, which is soaking in. Now, we've just claimed that it is waterproof, non-smear with watercolour. Can you see anything smearing?
Nope.
That is why, now if I did that with the alcohol,
Different story.
different story altogether. Different story altogether. And producer Nicola, could you just entertain me for a second?
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Now? Right.
I'm going to
gonna
show
do
you
it.
why.
Do
I'm going to show you why.
This
It's
is
not
so
a
good
gimmick.
to see.
It's not a gimmick. It's not us saying you need this because we're trying to get some more pennies from you, blah, 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 you know, because that's what I used to think when I used to watch people.
We all did, didn't
I'd be
we?
like, oh, my days. Oh, actually, do you know what I should have done? Should have cleaned off, because there is the water.
Oh,
There is
water base
the
underneath.
waterproof one underneath. Let me just make sure that's nice and...
Yeah, and we verbally talk
Clean.
about this, but you know, certainly for myself,
Yeah.
I've never showed this, so this is so good to see what you're way to do here.
Yeah, so I'm inking it all up now with a... I'd say it's so handy to see.
So handy,
alcohol
yeah.
marker. Pop that on, and then again, coming in, let's just go in and stamp that.
Oh, that.
Oh, yeah, never thought of that.
Never thought of
So
that.
if I pop now my water just down onto there,
I'll tell you all
and
about
start
that.
to
in a
rub
minute.
it, looks like, can you
Oh,
see?
look at that.
So that is why, and look at the state, but that is why we put these claims on these tins. They're not claims, they're fact. So you can see straight away, actually it's quite nice sepia
It is
colour.
quite a
It's
nice
quite
sepia look,
actually.
isn't it? I
Give
like
it a little
that.
old-fashioned look.
Yeah.
However, you would not be using that with an Aqua pen, with a glitter pen, with a Tricolor, because if you do, that's what's going to happen. And literally, that is why you are going to use the non-smearing one against the smearing one. What a great example to show you as the two reasons why. And like I said, it's not me doing it as a gimmick, it's to show you why that you wouldn't do that, because that's what happens if you use the wrong ink pad. Although looking at her, I am absolutely loving that sepia
I'm
little look.
loving it too. I'm loving it too.
But I hope I've just shown you there a very quick
has been
insight
fantastic.
into why watercolour cardstock is the right one to use.
Yeah.
You get that better premium result in terms of, I mean, can you see with that? That has not bubbled. It's not. It's they know it's nice, and that's had a lot of ink on there and a lot of water on there, and that's dried.
Yeah.
I say fairly naturally, because I did do the initial one there, but if you do get a little bit where you just give it a little straighten,
course you
that's
do,
all you
yeah.
need to do. Whereas if you use a different cardstock, it'll bubble a little
difference,
bit.
yeah,
You got,
yeah,
there's a
banana,
massive
won't it?
difference.
It would
But you
banana.
see me just show you a little insight into the world of aquas, what you can do with them in painting form, in brush form with your different brushes, mixing a bit of a colour palette and from your essential set. The reason why we've popped, and look at it now, it's drying. Look at her. She's getting more and more older in age, does she
Yes.
looks. The only reason I've
Haggard,
got a little
doesn't
bit up
she?
there is because I've put my dirty fingers into the top of that. But literally, that's the difference. It's a very visual difference. I have to see things visually for myself.
And
There it is.
that is absolutely shown, and that's proved it is, and that's proved the difference between, of course, why you want to use your aqua and water base with your waterproof, and then your alcohol pens with, of course, your aqua, your alcohol ink pad for sure. So many of the elements that Debbie just showed you there, so much love coming through for that segment that Debbie just done there. This is just wake up call. We've got the 2-hour Colour Me Happy coming up later on in the day at 2 o'clock in the UK, 9 AM Eastern Time, 6 AM Pacific Time. But that one is your Aqua starter kit, where you're going to get your ink pad, your 15 markers, you're going to get your 1 stamp, and of course you're going to get your full pack of your watercolour cardstock. That's what Debbie's been demonstrating on. All of that is £35 or $45. For you guys stateside, it's going to, well, sorry, That's £35 or $45. If you are platinum, that's going to come down to £28, or for you guys stateside, $36. You are, of course, going to be able to get your double points on that as well, because it's double points all weekend, right up till midnight your time on Sunday. And we've also got our sweet surprises going on as well. So for today, you can get 15% off your crafty essentials. And what we were just talking about a moment ago, although you wouldn't have known what we were referencing in our ear, and that is the stamp cleaner is part of one of that crafty essentials. So if you do want to use that to clean your stamps, head across there, have a look in that sections. When it gets to, of course, checkout, and that promo code, you need to put craft ESS15. So capital letters, craft ESS15 in that promo code, and that's going to take that 15% off when it comes to, of course, your crafty essentials. Yesterday's sweet surprise yesterday was, of course, the golden ticket. So if you did place an order yesterday, what you will then find is within Craft Vault later on tonight with myself and Debbie, we're going to announce the 5 lucky winners that'll have won their order from yesterday, which was part of the sweet surprises yesterday. So today is all about that 15% off your crafty essentials, but what we've also got as well starting today is your double points when it comes to your Club Inspire. A lot of love what Debbie was just going over there. Astrid is saying, hi everyone. Hi Astrid. We've got Jackie saying good morning. Kathy saying happy Friday everyone. We've got is that Rachel or Rochelle? The dog made me get up. So good morning from Florida. Well, good morning to you. Did you want out? Did you want a walk? Did the dog want fed? What was it? Could be any of those things. It could be all of those things as well. Mary Beth Doyle saying good morning everyone from Minnesota. On vacation in South Carolina. Oh, sounds bliss. Heather is saying busted. Craig, I was letting Tracy know. Don't worry, I won't be letting Tracy know. Sarah Brown saying shh, everyone, don't tell her. We won't. Sean Breyer saying good morning. Violet is saying good morning from North Carolina. We've got Violet is also saying love the colour combination that Debbie was just going over. Polly Coe is saying fun day, Debbie and Craig with the crew, of course, absolutely. George and Nicola in the gallery. We've got John just outside, and then we've got Rebecca for wake up call, giving us a helping hand. Kathy's in from Missouri. Karen Holmes is in saying happy to hear the shows are going back to the 2 hours at the weekend, just wasn't the same. Thank you. You're more than welcome. Carol McDaniel saying woohoo for the weekend. Betty is saying yay for the weekend. Also Violet is saying thank you to all the CCTV team for sharing your talent and your time, even on weekends. You are the best. We just get to craft. We get to inspire, and that's what we love for sure. Melanie D is saying good morning. Also happy the 2 hour shows on the weekends are coming back. Carol McDaniel saying thank you Debbie for all that information. I'm learning so much. And Sarah Brown is saying, loving the demos, Debbie. You explain things so well. Thank you very much. And as I said a moment ago, that's only wake-up call. Yes. We've still got the 2 hours. Yeah. There was a question there, Debbie, from Teresa saying, because of course, with you putting the Aqua pens onto the glass mat or a craft mat, etc., etc. Teresa Leeper is saying, can you use the Aqua markers and use them directly onto the paper? Yes. Cardstock. Yeah. If so, do you then spread the colour out with a wet paintbrush? Yeah, you'll need a damp. So, like I said, get yourself a tissue. You can still achieve the look with your flatter, larger brush to go on directly, or whatever it is that you want to spread out there. So that look that I achieved by doing it onto the glass mat, you can achieve with your pens going directly onto your cardstock. The only thing that you would need to remember is you need to move it with a large brush. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't get the look. It would not get the same effect by going directly on to there with a small brush. So make sure you've got a good brush ready. Make sure it's damp and ready to go. And I say damp, not too wet through, but you want to be able to move your pen from there. It will soak in, so you'll get probably a different look, but it will do it. And do you know what I'll do? In the
Colour Me Happy Show, we'll do that. I'll show you.
Perfect.
And I'll show you how you can do that as well. Because it can be achieved. It's just that I know I've got a bit more free time, a bit more time. Don't forget, this is porous. So porous means it's going to soak it in. This is non-porous. It sits on the top. It almost floats on the top. Shall we? That's a good way of describing it. It's got nowhere to go. There's nothing for it to soak into. This is premium coloured watercolour cardstock. So it will soak it in. It's the perfect one for your aqua-based markers, water-based mediums. But yeah, you can still achieve the look. You just need to, and you'll probably have to do it, I say fairly quickly, but you would probably have to make sure you've got a good wet brush ready to go straight away, and then move on to your next colour and do that. And you can still achieve the blend, you can still do that. So yeah, good question, great question. The only reason I prefer to do it this way is because I know I've got that bit more time.
For sure.
I don't have to be too hard on myself in terms of, oh, I've got to get it on quick. No, you don't have to. Because you've seen me do that. You've seen me move those around directly on from that cardstock. Directly onto the cardstock. So it can be achieved, it can do it, and in that 2 o'clock show we'll show you.
Excellent, thank you for that.
You're
one,
welcome.
Debbie. Incidentally, if you want to get more of your watercolour cardstock, we've got a bundle for you. Now this bundle actually works out a bit better than what is a really good deal of 3 for 2. So for this one, this is your watercolour card, 3 packs, 45 sheets in total, £9.50 or $13.50. You've got a saving of 35% when it comes to your A4 watercolour card. Within this one here, it is a platinum price of $7.60 or $10.80. Plus, you're going to get your double points on that one as well. An absolute must. And you've seen that little rectangle that Debbie used. You know, I don't think I've ever used a full A4 sheet at once unless I was doing a specific background. If you're using the stamps, you tend to go into smaller sections. Also worthwhile stocking up if you got a brand new Academy of Colour 5 Duo Aqua pencils. That's sold out. Then of course, this is a nice one to then stock up on. £9.50 or $13.50, saving of 35%. It's your watercolour card, 3 packs in total, 45 sheets. So you've got that one there. So that is a really, really good one to have. And actually, I'm just going to put that back because I just nicked that one there from the pack shot here. So that's your watercolour card that you might want to pop in. Also, just to say as well, the glass mat on the website is part of the Crafty Essentials. So if you want to get your hands on that glass mat, 15% off. All you need to do when you get to checkout is just put in that promo code of CRAFTESS15, and that's then going to activate that 15% off. Right, let's have a little look at Totally Tiffany and what we've got here. Totally Tiffany, as Nicola's saying in my ear, shouldn't quite say it in that way, but this one here is your rotating design board with your Nancy tote bag and, well, tote bag craft room essentials. This is perfect for all colouring, hence why it's on the show. Of course, you'd think this is all planned, wouldn't you? This one here, rotate design board with your Nancy tote bag craft room essentials. This, you've got your rotating board. You've got the big bulldog clip as well. It's not here, but you do get it included so that you can clip your cardstock on. So whether you're watercolouring, whether of course you are going to be doing your alcohol colouring, whether you're going to be doing your jigsaws, whether you're a cake decorator and then you have your cake on, and instead of going all the way around for doing the piping, all you need to do is turn the board around to make that a little bit easier. Maybe you love to upcycle and then you want to then have that in the garage or something and have your little ornament or whatever it is in the middle, spray paint it by also turning it around. Maybe you're like Debbie Fisher and likes to play Scrabble in the bath with your rotating design board. You can absolutely do that for sure. So you're going to get your rotating design board. Just to say as well, this is the new and improved one. So the original one was the thick wood, which was great. It was strong and it gave you a lot of stability. This time here, what we've done, we've gone into our thick plastic. Now, ergonomically, it's very, very comfortable when you're laying it on your lap or, of course, when you are turning it, but it's also a lot more environmentally friendly with the material and the less amount of material. Very, very little plastic. Instead of having that full sheet of thick plastic, what we've got is we've got the channels there, crisscross channels, which are then creating that stability. You've got your non-stick feet on the bottom as well, so if you are using it for any of those ways that I was just saying a moment ago, you can twirl it. But then what you are going to be getting is, of course, your tote bag as well. Nancy tote bag. Fits a rotate design board. It's going to fit many, many items as well. Maybe you've got your ring binder folder with all your info, and you can then start to do that for sure. Nicola would like one of these to put some of her shopping in. Claire doesn't do a lot of food shopping, but do you know what I mean? You're going to get a really, maybe the essentials, you know, maybe just round to the convenience store when you're just going to go for a couple of bits. You know, you go in there with, you know, like a £5 in your pocket and you end up having to use Apple Pay because you've gone into like £45 of stuff by accident that you don't need. But yeah, you still can actually hold quite a substantial amount. Totally Tiffany. It's strong, it's sturdy, the stitching is to perfection, and if you've seen Tiffany and seen me and Tiffany together, you will know, as Nicola knows very well by now as well, with working with Tiffany, the straps go all the way around the bottom. So that is what's then creating that strength. When it comes to these, they are that strong. What Tiffany will say, I've said it myself, is it withstands a lot of weight. How much weight? Well, all what we say is, if it's too heavy for you to lift, don't lift it. It's too heavy. As long as you can comfortably lift it, you can put whatever you want in there. It will absolutely hold it. It's just on, of course, how much that you can withstand when it comes, of course, to the weight itself. £20 or $24 for you guys stateside. That's an exceptional buy when it comes to Totally Tiffany rotating design board with that Nancy bag. But of course, you're going to get your double points as well on top of that, because you're going to get your double points on all your orders up until midnight on Sunday. It's running all throughout the weekend. If you are not in Club Inspire, however, that today's price is still exceptional with that 25%. But do you know what? Club Inspire, it's free to join. And I'm not going to tell you all about it. The boss is back on Monday in the building, but here she is here to tell you all about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben, you did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that?
Yeah, we'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along with our amazing deal. Your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
We have so much fun here. We absolutely do. Carol McDaniel saying, oh, I did read that one out, apologies, Carol. Just saying, you know what, I'll read it again. Thank you, Debbie, for all the information. I am learning so much. Caroline is saying, happy Friday, everyone. On my way to work with a, it's not a crying emoji, it's just like, you know, a face. It's just like, I don't want to go to work. That's something I don't ever have here. You know,
What's that?
It's not something I ever have here. You know,
No.
like coming to work and it's like, I don't want to go to work.
No, I never do.
have
This,
that.
I was saying this to the other day, weren't I, Craig? I said, you know, to come to a... I've had many jobs in my past.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names because some have been fabulous.
Yeah.
When I worked in the dentistry, especially the last dentist, I'm not going to talk about the first one, the last one, I was there 9 years. I
Yeah.
loved every single minute of it. I loved the girls there. I still see them now and again. So, you know, I didn't have that feeling when I went there either. But this hands-on heart has been the first. Do you know when you spring out? Do you know you're on air, or you know you're coming up to do either Crafters TV or Homemaker, whatever we're doing. You spring out of bed and you can't wait to get to work, and it's like can't wait to get going. Whether I'm working from home, I have that same feeling when I'm working from home because me and you and all the experts, although we might not be on air physically all the time, we do a lot that you don't see at home. And I know we all feel the same way.
Definitely.
I know we do. Never,
Definitely.
Literally, it's the best job in the world.
And a prime example with that is I know, of course, you're on air tomorrow, Debbie. I'm not on air over the weekend, but, you know, I've still got work to do over the weekend from home. But do you know what I mean? And it's my weekend and I'll divide the time up because I want to do things around the house and what have you. But it's not like, got work to do over the weekend. Do you know what I mean? It's that fun aspect, knowing, right, okay, I can go into the craft room now, and then whether it's our emails or anything like that, they're always fun as well because we get to find out things, as we were teasing yesterday, as to what may be coming forward soon. But yeah, it is lovely. It's something I've never had. And also, picking up on what you said as well, I was, just shy of 18 years working for the cooperative here in the UK. And I loved every minute of it. But there was mornings where I was like, oh, I don't want to go in, I definitely don't. Definitely don't. But always good though when I was working on the bakery. Not so good when it was 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning and I'd been out on the Friday night, or it was 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning and I'd been out the Saturday night. That wasn't so good. All right, when I got the munchies, but that's a different story. We've got Georgia and Curly saying, hi, Craig and Debbie from Clearwater, Florida. Violet is saying, oh yeah, the cooked chickens when you've got a hangover. Oh, no. Violet Hastings is saying, rotating boards are a game changer for sure. Love mine. Rebecca Davies is saying, I've just got the rotating design board, game changer. I didn't think I needed it, but I can't colour without it. Yeah, I'm the same. Sarah Brown is lots of clap in hand saying, love this video of Craft and Friends. And Paw Print ×4 is saying, good morning from South Carolina, warm and daylight. It is now. Well, I'm noticing it lighter in the morning, and I'm noticing it's lighter at night time. We're getting there. We're slowly are getting there. That was the other thing as well I found when I worked in retail, because it was management for quite a few years, and I would go in when it was pitch black in the morning, and then I would come out when it was like pitch black at night time. And there was you could be like 3 or 4 days, I wasn't seeing daylight. I was either at home, like sleeping, and then I was in the store for all day. So yeah, but you know what? I wouldn't have changed that for the world, because I had a blast. Still got friends within the co-op, and now I get to do something that I absolutely love, which is here, working with, of course, Georgie and Nicola and Debbie and everyone else. Rightio, that being said, waffled on too much now. Let's have a look at our next item we're going to be having a look at. And this one here is the Sarah Buddy Bag here with the Tri-Blend. So you're going to get them both. I am correct, Nicola, yes, you're getting them both. The Tri-Blend Essential Blend 24 pen collection and the Sarah Buddy Bag. So within these ones here, $63.99, $95.99. You've got a saving of $21.99 or $33.99. And you know what? The essential blends of the Tri-Blends, we sell a lot of them each and every day. So to get a really nice discount on that is a win-win. But for this weekend, you are going to get your double points on that one as well. 2-in-1, because you're getting your Tri-Blend Essentials and you're going to get a Sarah Tiffany Buddy Bag. $51.19 for you guys stateside, or here in the UK, or $76.79 for you guys stateside. All of this, so much more, of course, are across on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Shop the days where you're going to find them all. I'm not going to go into detail when it comes to the Tri-Blends, because you can go back onto our YouTube and watch all of our shows. We've still got a lot I want to show you within Wake Up Call, of course, but we might have a look in a little bit more detail later on in the day when it comes to the craft vault, where we're going to open that vault again, which, if you're just joining now and say, yeah, but you opened that vault yesterday, Craig, me and Debbie have got completely different things for you, so just keep that one in mind, such as some jigsaw dies. So some jigsaw dies and some tacky glue and some mount board, which is absolutely perfect for, yes, the jigsaw dies, but maybe you love to make maybe your memory books. I done for the Crafters TV anniversary last year. There was so many that won a craft along with me, a private craft along via the world of technology. And we'd done a memory book and we used mount board to create the memory book. In actual fact, I thought I had the memory book here. It must be through in the office. But you're going to get it all. So you're going to be getting, let's show you the jigsaw dies actually. You're going to be getting the star jigsaw dies. Now these 3 dies here, they are shapes, but these create, for this one, a 10-piece, workable, usable, fun jigsaw when it comes to that star shape. So you're getting them all when it comes to these ones here. That star is not plain ball today, is it? You're also going to be getting your actual jigsaw, the missing piece. Now again, use these as actual jigsaws or have a little fun when it comes to your cards. Oh. So
Are you going again?
I thought it was a way to sneeze there, but it's gone there. Sorry, there we go, yeah. I caught Charlotte off guard yesterday, and I actually sneezed a humdinger yesterday, didn't I, before she caught my mic, yeah.
A couple of times.
Do you know something, Debbie, right? Last night,
yeah.
We'll go back to this in a minute. I clipped that last night.
Did you?
And I was going to put it on, this is serious, right? I keep toying with my idea about it, put it on Facebook, because I'm thinking if the bosses see me, I get it, so going, you're yawning. You've yawned twice live on air.
Both at the same time. 2 different shows.
Yeah.
When I was going through my mystery embossing phone bag, both times, because I thought he would nodding off that first time. I thought, oh, he's nodding off, bless him, because he's suffering with a bit of insomnia at the minute. Much love to you, Craig, because been there, know what that feels like. But yeah, it was so funny. It was just comic and genius. Yeah. Nick, honestly, George, keep your eye on him. Keep your eye on him.
Yeah, I'll send you what I've clipped, Nicola, because I didn't just outright yawn. What I did is I'd gone to agree with Debbie on, so like, yes, and at that same time I've yawned as well. Twice you could hear it crystal clear live on air. So but thankfully, as I say, you know, me and Debbie, we do have a lot of fun together, and no one took offence, which was the main thing, of course. But yeah, just don't want to then put it online in case the bosses see it and go, huh, right, okay, well, he's up to there. Anyway, I digress. when it comes to the Jigsaw die collection. You've also got the speech bubble here. That one there is your 12 piece. You're also going to get your full pack, your full tub of your tacky glue, and then you're also going to get your mount board as well. You're getting all these ones together because what I like to do, and we would recommend, when you print your picture, photo, whatever it is, apply it to the mount board using the tacky glue. It's going to make it even stronger. It's going to make it even, or it's giving it that extra strength. And then of course you can die cut it. These are our multimedia dies, so they're going to go through them like a dream, or maybe some of your thick fabrics as well if you want to. Have fun when it comes to them. That's what it's all about. You're going to get that all £25 or $33. If you are platinum, that's going to come down to £20 or $26.40. And of course, you're going to be getting your double points up until midnight on Sunday. So that's one thing, and then last one thing for now before we go back to Debbie and we'll have a look at these. Treat boxes. I adore these. I had the pleasure of actually launching these ones when the full collection first launched. A little bit different because there's so many ways in which you can use each of these treat boxes. So the first one, now you're getting this all of it, £45 or $53. You're going to get roll up, roll up, roll up. And it's been a while since I've used these, but on the top of my head, there's like 3 or 4 ways in which you can then start to combine them. Singly, back to back, or you can actually create that roll out when it comes to the template that you get as well. So you've got lots of options when it comes to these ones here. So singly or roll up or back to back, and I'm sure there's maybe a 3rd or 4th way anyway. You've got that, but look at all the decorative dies that you're getting as well. All of that one is included. Plus you're going to be getting your Prism treat box, or as I call it, the little Toblerone box that you've got here. It's another one you can use individually, or you can roll up using the template that you've got. All of that £45 or $53. Platinum comes down to £36 or $42.40. You are going to get your double points on that one as well. It is on Shop the Day Across on the website, .co.uk.com or .eu. That's where you need to go. Lovely comments coming through, but do you know what? Let's dive straight back to Debbie and then we'll do the comments when we come back.
Yeah, honestly, I love these. I always remember at the time, Craig, being so envious that you got to launch them.
You messaged me, didn't you? You messaged me.
Lucky devil, you, because I just love. Again, I think for me, it's that it's not a one-trick pony die set, and you've got the templates in there, so it means you've got multiple ways that you can use these to create some different ones. I've gone with a different style today. I love this sample showing you to the full extent of what you can go for when we talk about the roll-up. I absolutely love the Prism treat box. I actually love the... I can't even pick. That's why they're in there. This is why they are in the Craft Vault later on today. Look at the price on the screen. It's just absolutely stunning collection in terms of all the different things. And the template allows you to be able to pop it where it's a full piece. I'm going to use it slightly differently. So, but look at, I mean, honestly, Craig, and the lovely thing is that, do you know, for a gift, even if you're just using one, a gift, I call it the glasses case. Me and George have said this many a time.
I never thought of that,
It's like a
Debbie.
little glasses case, where you can pop your gifts and your treats into there. And then imagine giving this to your grandkids or your kids where you've got a different treat in each one. I just absolutely love them. And I love the fact that they roll up and then you can attach them and use things like your magnets or your... hook and loops.
Hook and loop, yeah.
Hook and loop, you could use that as well. So that's that particular one. And then obviously I'm not going to lie, I just love everything about them. That's one of my demos planned for later on today. But I am going to show you the Prism treat box and how you can make the one and then how you can make multiples of them as well. So you do have the template. So the template allows you to attach them together so that they create that lovely full feature if you want to do that, or you can use them individual separates. It's entirely up to you. You've got, I mean, when we talk about dies, goodness me, that's the worker die. But we didn't want to just give you the worker die.
No.
No, we're going to give you all these. And this is not just 1 or 2 dies. You've got decorative panels where you can cut directly into your box so you can actually see what's going off inside your box. You've got the outer frame that enables you to create that as a panel, so you've got the panel option. And then you've got the same with this one. You've got all these accessories in terms of what will fit in where, the ends, you've got the birds, a lovely floral design, superstars and the moon, honestly. And that's just the dies. There's nothing to stop you from taking things that you have in your collections and using the worker die and then using all your your things like stamps from your Roaring Twenties, stamps from your Delightful Daisies, whatever it is that you want to do to create. So you'll run that through your die cutting machine, and I'm going to speed that process up because again, Craig, time, where does it go?
It's isn't it?
And then this is what happens. It comes out cut directly like this, but as you can see, there's score lines into place. And those score lines enable you to just simply fold that back. Then you're going to take your bone folder because you want a nice crisp line. Even though it puts the score line in, burnishing will make a difference. So either with your big burnisher or your little burnisher, it's up to you which one you use. So again, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to reinforce all of those score lines with that lovely burnish. Burnish? Yes, burnish those lines. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. You've got the tabs as well, so you're going to fold over the tabs. You haven't had to work out a single thing with this. Not a single thing. It's all been done for you. Absolutely amazing. Truly amazing. So again, I'm just going to come in now and pop all of those pieces in.
Okey-doke.
There we go.
And that's it. Because the dies, inside the dies have been jam-packed full of all these decorative dies, embellishment dies. And then, of course, you're going to need your larger machine for that, Debbie. But the smaller ones, if you want to play with them, there goes your small machine.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this simply now, you're going to attach your glue, and I'm going to show you, but you can see how it all comes together. Couldn't be any easier if you tried. So we're going to pop our glue in. Now, I'm going to use Arquette pen. It depends on what you're putting in there, depending on how, you know, I know that this is super strong adhesive, so it'll be absolutely fine. But normally when I do construction, I've often said this, and it's not that I'm taking away from this, because I'm not, because I use this a lot. You'll see that as all of us when we're here, the solid one. I just use it for construction. So when I'm making boxes or things that's going to hold weight, or maybe gifts or whatever, sweets, chocolates, whatever it is that you do, I want to hold a bit of weight. I am going to use double-sided adhesive. And I say double-sided adhesive, red liner tape. But we're just going to pop on now. Now, before I actually I should have decorated my box, but I'll show you. It don't matter. It'll be fine, Craig. I can decorate it afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Normally I decorate beforehand, so that makes it that little bit easier. But I just want to show you how you put the box together. So you can see now, I've just popped my glue on, and I'm just going to lift these up. So this is when you'll attach all your sides. So I'm going to bring this in, and you've got that lovely triangular side. So the straight edge goes onto that edge of that tab, just like so. And if you want to make sure you get that strong, super strong adhesive, literally give that a really good rub. It's the warmth from your finger between your thumb that adheres the glue, and it's important to do that little bit because that will mean the difference between it coming apart. And I always say when you're using it, if you want to make sure you've got it lined up, don't do that bit. Once you've done that bit, there's no going back because it stays stuck. And then again, I'm just going to turn it over and do exactly the same. So this straight edge here is going to line up against this one. So I'm going to come in and attach that between the two. And then again, give it that little rub, and you're just heating the glue really.
It's just easy to form, isn't it?
Yeah,
very easy to form.
And you can see now I've got these pieces. I'm actually going to stick mine down, Craig. It depends if you want to seal it. If you don't want to seal it, keep those unglued because that way you've got those little tabs and that can go and tuck inside there, or it can, again, you could go onto the top if you wanted.
Yeah, you could.
And I've just realised I didn't want to glue that side. I wanted to glue the other because I wanted to cover my tabs up like so. Silly Billy, I've put it the wrong way around with glue. That serves me right, doesn't it? However, should I seal it? It won't matter. I'll seal it up. You can seal it. If you want it to be a gift box and you want it to be a sealed one, you can do that, and then you can attach the tab there. Or you can unseal and tuck it down as well. So you've got that lovely, neat prism, because that's what it is. It's that lovely triangular shape. And then all you're going to do is take the rest of these dies and start to play around. Now, that's what I've done, Craig, and I'm going to show you mine. And anybody asking about the stamps, I'm going to tell you, an old stamp set, back to 2019, would you believe?
Oh, going way back.
Yes, it was when we did the junior stamps. Do you know the Gemini junior stamps? Yeah. I've taken from there, and I've used fuchsia and honey pot to just stamp and create my design. You think of all the papers that you own, you're going to be able to create so many different things that go in there with the use of the dies. I've not even fussy cut those panels. I've used the die to cut the panel, so I know that that panel fits now directly onto my box perfectly. And the same with this one. So this one here, that's got that lovely, again, it's just the same 2 colours. I haven't done anything magical with it. It is our fuchsia and our honey pot. I've simply cut a panel out and then inked through it. And that creates that full stick-on panel. And then, of course, you could be taking another panel underneath and then layer it onto the top.
You could do.
Which is what, again, it's the options, it's the creativity that this allows you to have. For me, is why, I mean, Leanne and the team were super excited about this one.
But that
really
decorative die as well, Debbie, that could be a slimline or a DL card blank. That could have nothing to do with the treat box itself. That could just be a decoration in the middle of a card blank. Maybe you team that with your Autumn Blessings collection, or maybe your springtime collection. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly,
so you'll be using them
and
in
you've
those
even
ways.
got the, you know, for the end of your prism, or the end of your Toblerone, as I look at that, there are the chocolates out there.
I'm the same.
But every time I see it, I do think of a little elongated one.
There's
You've
a
even
new
got
one.
the panels there as well that you can then add to it as well. So you're not having to do anything. You're
No,
not having
you're
to, do you know, to try and work out how to cut the mat and layer for something of that shape.
I love a mat and layer, but even I would be like,
I
nah.
love Martin and Lair and Craig, but even me, I'd be like, oh God, no. No. So again, I'm just going to pop that down and then decorate my 3 sides. So I'm going to have 1-on-1, so we'll use that one with the dotty tape pen.
Yeah, here in the UK, this year anyway, although you can only get it online, there is a new Toblerone. It's a white chocolate and strawberry Toblerone.
Oh, I have to try. Craig, I blame you for this white chocolate addiction.
Oh, I just bought another full pack of Cadbury's white cream eggs.
Oh, yeah. They work out at 9 cents for anybody following the SW diet or eating plan. 9 cents for one.
Well,
it's worth every single cent.
Yeah, the workout is a big dent in my pocket when it comes to this period of this year, having white chocolate Cadbury's cream eggs, because I cannot go into a supermarket and not buy a pack. So yeah, we've got another one this morning. Actually, they're in the green room. Actually, shouldn't have said that, because probably people will be going in
Well, now you've told me and George. I mean, you know, we're chocolate monsters. Even though I'm on an eating plan, I still eat chocolate, you know. Still have it.
Oh, you deserve it.
Yeah, I can still eat my chocolate, yep. So I still eat it. Orange twirls, me and George's favourites, 11.5 cents.
Okay.
And I can have up to about between 5 and 15 every day. So, so I can still have my chocolates. Literally every day, if I wish to do so. I don't every day, because it's not every day. I've got a sweet tooth.
There's 5 in the box, so that means then that there's one for me, one for you, one for Nicola, one for George, and one for John as well, if he wants them.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Aww.
I'll be stopping off at Tesco's again on the way home tonight to get another pack for the weekend. But yeah, yeah, Toblerone, white and strawberry. I'd love to get my hands on
It's just look the shape of the box. Look what it started.
Isn't it funny though how that can happen?
It does, yeah, absolutely. So you can see now the lovely box that I've got, and then of course, if you want to, you can pop your hook and loop inside there so you can seal it, or your magnet if you wish to do so. But what I've done with mine, Craig, is I've done a few. So I'm going to bring them out for you. So I'm going to unravel them.
Okay.
Because what I've done with these is I've done 3 black, and now I've got my 3 white as well.
So you've got your black
like I said, you've got the workable box. See, I remember to do it this time.
Yeah.
I actually just snipped them off as well. So yeah, you've got choices. There's choices out there for you. And what I'm just going to do is I am going to literally place them. And this is when your template would come into effect.
Okay.
And you would draw around your template, pop, these are your score lines, so the ones that have got the perforated, they're score lines, and you simply attach them to the back. So wherever your back is going to be, you would attach, and then attach, and then attach, so that you create, that would give you then, and what you wouldn't do is that you wouldn't decorate the 3rd side. So that 3rd side, what I did, you would decorate onto the actual piece that goes along there. And as you can see, it's a couple of those that you've got to cut out, and then attach it, you put all your boxes, you literally stick them onto the top. And then the decorated bit would go on the outside, if that's what you wanted to do. I wanted to change it up a little bit.
Well, you can do that, can't you?
Yeah, that's exactly what you can do, Craig. So again, let's come on in, and I'm going to have all of these facing the outside. So, and I'm going to alternate them between the colours. So let me make sure I've got them in the right place. So again, I'm just coming round now and using them, and then whoever gets this gift, I mean, seriously, you're going to be able to fill it with so much goodies.
There's so much that you can do.
I was going to say, would it fit a chocolate egg in there? But then I'm thinking, would it?
What, a cream egg?
A cream egg? The little ones? The little mini eggs, it probably would. Are you going to go?
What about Cadbury's white chocolate cream egg? I'm going to go through our green room.
He's off on his travels. Well, we're not going to say no, are we? We're not going to say no, because we'll find out in a second. But what I've done now is just group them together. So rather than me adding that panel onto the back, I'm going to add a little belly band. And I've just literally taken multi-purpose cardstock and measured it to fit around. Now, it did take a couple of pieces, and I'll give you the measurements and the score lines. So the measurements actually measure at 8 inch by 1. And then I've scored them at, if I remember rightly, at 2.5, 5 and 7.5. So I've scored it at 2.5, just make sure I'm giving you that right, 5 and 7.5. And you do that on both of the pieces, and then you attach them together, and that brings round, and it will fit around the whole entirety of it. The only thing that I've done here is I've added ribbon, and I've used one of the little dies from the set, so that's that star die from the set as well. Look at this. Look at this. Shall we try it?
Yeah.
Shall we go in and see if it'll fit them in?
Probably get a few, wouldn't you? I'll come with this idea.
Oh,
you get. Oh, look.
You're going to get at least 2.
What you get? Oh,
Shall we try? Shall we try and get one more?
Oh,
actually, no. You're right, Craig. 3. Oh,
3.
Imagine. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 cream eggs. I'd be your best friend forever if you got me one of them.
Yeah, well, the 18 wouldn't last, that's for sure for me. There you go. Well, there you go. It's for your little demo. I've still got 2.
Oh, God love you. I'm going to give them you back, I promise. Are these white?
They're white.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, they're white.
But you can see. So this is going to make a great Easter gift. Look at that price, though. The £45 price.
100%.
$53. 36 in the Club Platinum, and then the multiple ways that you can use them. And like I said, all I've done is I've attached this, and I'll bring in me one that I've done. I pop that around there, and you've got yourself your gorgeous little gift box. And that could be a gift for all the family. So you could say, oh, that one's for your mum, that one's for your dad, that one's for your sister, that one's for your brother, and so on. So it could be a gift that you're giving to all of them. Or of course, do you know what it would be for me? A gift to myself, especially if you add 3 cream eggs in each one. That'd be 18 days worth of supplies for me. Every day, 9 thins. That's keeping me, Craig, I love it. Thank you for that, because I didn't know that they would fit into there.
Well, and it's one of those things, David, that was like, I didn't know. We may as well try it live, you know. We're just as well doing it, so you know. So then there you go.
Absolutely. So yeah, great. But they're just fabulous, aren't they? They really are fabulous in terms of your ways of using them. So whether or not you're just using one on its own, whether you're just gifting one on its own and decorating it up, you've got a lovely gift box that you can use that way. You've then got the template that enables you to create it this way, where it all fits together and it all stays in the one. Or, let me just bring that there for you, or the one. Or you've got the option of maybe, just maybe, popping it in there. And in fact, I'll turn them round the other way so I can show my stamps off best there. Let's get them round and turn that around and that one around. And there we go. So again, you've got options of how you can use them.
Lots of options.
Absolutely fabulous. Lovely. Have I got my boat wrong way around? I have. I've put it wrong way around, haven't I? Debbie, you daft devil.
Oh, you could have got away with that.
I could have got away with that, but then I noticed it and I'm thinking, no, I can't. So there you go. There's ways that you can use them, different ways that you can use them, which is what I absolutely love about these, and why when Emma came to me and said, Debbie, it's going to be your craft fault, what would you like? And I always do, we give her lists, and it's either a yes or a no, it depends on the stock. And then they go ahead and they work with great deals, great prices. That's a great deal. What saving is that today? Is that quite that's like, it's nearly half price saving, isn't it? That's quite a good saving.
Close.
40%. That's a great saving on a lot of dyes, a lot of ways that you can use them, and a fun way as well. For me, a gift box with a difference, because that's what these are, and they're absolutely incredible. And don't forget, there's the other style as well. So absolutely incredible. Is it for both, producer Nicola?
Yes, both of them, Debbie.
Oh my goodness. You see, I thought they were going to do me 2 separate deals.
God.
I thought they were going to do me 2 separate deals.
No.
Oh, no. They're treating me today. So to get both, where you can, again, have that individual if you want, or with the stencil, you've got the ability to have them joined together, all workable gift boxes. And I'll show you this one later on tonight.
How many cream eggs will fit in that?
But absolutely. Ooh. Well, transfer cream eggs. Now then, 2.
2?
2. So, George, can you do that above? That's still a good amount.
That is.
If you're thinking Easter, perhaps you're going to use your Easter papers, things like that. But yeah, easily 2 cream eggs in each one, so that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8. 8,
yeah.
Depending on, and again, the kind of things that you can do. 1 or 4 together is entirely up to you, but you've got 2 great die sets, 2 great templates in there as well to create different styles and different ways of being able to use them. For me, an absolute winner.
Definitely. So much so that you've actually got me wanting to go home and
play
with
again.
them, play with the prism one anyway, yeah, for sure. I mean, wow, fab, the ways that you can decorate them. Even like for weddings, go in with your white cardstock, you know, your linen cardstock, go in with your vellums, and then that could be little like wedding favours and that in there as well if you want. There's, it's just so much that you can do. Don't just think of it as a prism, or as we call it, Toblerone box, of course, because you can then theme them for throughout the year, Easter being perfect, of course. But yeah, if you want to get your hands on these ones here, as we were saying there, you're getting them both. Both of them you're going to be getting. That's the one that Debbie just used a moment ago there. Look at the amount of dies that you've got as well. What's also lovely as well is for those of you in the past that have got a previous tool from us at Crafters Companion, the foil press, why not foil the decorative die, then cut it out using, of course, that outline die, then pop that one on, of course. That, top of my head, 3 seconds, no more than 4 seconds. I would say 3 for that one there. That's going to look beautiful and elegant. So you've got that one there. Then you've got roll up. I mean, that is completely jam-packed full of all these embellishment dies that will go through the Gemini Mini, of course. Yeah, they would as well. Yes, the actual box die will need to go through your larger machine, but you do get your templates as well to create that roll out. All of that £45 or $53 for you guys across the pond. Really good saving there. Nicola was letting us know 40% there. Comes down to, you're saving $34.98 or $36.90. Even better though, because the platinum comes down to £36 or $42.40. But of course, for this whole weekend, starting today up till midnight Sunday your time, you're going to get double points on all of your orders. So that could be one thing. That could be a tacky glue, or that could be a full basket. Whatever it is you order, and you can then have as many orders as you want. As long as it's up till midnight on Sunday, you're going to get your double points when it comes to Club Inspire. Now, I know I did say that we are going to do comments. Promise we'll do them when we come back. Nicola was just saying that so many of you have just gone and popped those prism boxes, that collection, in the basket. So we're going to give you that opportunity to check out. When we come back, we'll read a few comments, see what you are all saying, a couple of questions as well that I will fire across to Debbie. So we'll be back in one moment.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much.
Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some...
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You all have time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those three people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away. We're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team. Adriana saying good morning everyone from San Antonio, Texas, where my favourite WWE wrestler is from. Shawn Michaels, for anyone that doesn't know. Getting ready for work. We'll rush to see if I have time to do some tracing with my new volume of the template library before I leave. Ooh, do you know something, Debbie? I have seen some of the most incredible projects on our groups when it comes to that template library. Absolutely fantastic. Right across the board, you guys stateside, here in the UK, HSN, QVC, absolutely incredible. So love seeing them. Bonnie is saying, good morning, crafty pals. Actually, so Bonnie's got two questions here, Debbie. Yep. So I'll just read them both out together. Yep. What is the best way to spread your tacky glue? And do you use tacky glue for gold leafing, Gildan Flakes?
No. I don't tend to use tacky glue for that. No, there is so the liquid glue that we do isn't tacky glue that's in there. It's a very
it's a funny one.
It looks like tacky glue, but it's not tacky glue, no. And it's got that fluorescent glow to it, and when it goes to that tacky stage, that's when you apply your Gildan Flakes to it. You won't get the same look with tacky glue at all. You would absolutely have to let it go to the very near a drying stage to get a result from it. I apply with a fine tip applicator. Anything that I use tacky glue, I tend to put it on the back of my hand. That's not recommended.
I do.
I do put it at the back of my hand and dab it in. I've also been known to drop some drops down onto the glass mat and dab it in as well. But the big bottle, and I was just trying to find mine just to show you. So the big bottle has a screw top. Please excuse my cosmetics. It's well loved is the word I'm looking for. And if you're going to go directly from the bottle, and it doesn't matter if you've gone into the fine tip applicator with this, you have to give it a shake. So if you've not used yours for a while, you need to give it a shake. It's a water-based glue. Yeah. So with the water content, what can happen is from that UPV kind of glue, that sticky glue, whatever it's made up with, the water can settle. So you need to give it a good shake. So always make sure whenever you use it, you don't need to do that with the other one. So the solvent-based glue is our all-purpose glue, which is perfect for your mats and layers. But when applying this, it is very quick dry. It comes out white, and I will show you. Let me just bring in a bit of scrap black to show you. But when you're applying it, once you've given it that little shake, less is more. As always, I'm just making sure I've completely opened it. There we go. Make sure it's really unscrewed as far as it will go without taking it off the top, and then spread. And when I say spread, you just give it a little spread round. I tend to, don't know about yourself, Craig.
Finger.
I tend to use my finger and spread. And I know Jan does that a lot as well. Now, when it goes dry, it will dry clear. So right now it's white, but when it dries translucent. Now, if you are... I mean, I personally don't use tacky glue for gilding flakes, Craig.
I don't.
I use our specialist glue because it is a glue that works with glitter flakes that we do really, really well. So I don't tend to use that for my gilding flakes. I hope that answered your question, but I do have mine in a fine tip applicator, which is just being decanted into the fine tip applicator, and then I store it upside down so that the glue is all ready to flow straight out. But spread that out. You can buy those little spatulas if you want. If you don't want to get your fingers messy, you can buy, do you know them?
From primary school.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope that answered your question for you.
That was brilliant. Thank you for that one, Debbie. Just very quickly, a few more, because we want to go back to Debbie before the end of the show. Terry Anderson, Craig, I know you like Yankee candles. Do you like Yankee candles? Do you? Yankee candles. The chocolate layer cakes are out for the season. Smell like bacon brownies. As much as I don't like milk chocolate, when it comes to chocolate-scented Yankee candles or that, do you know what? I am happy to actually melt them or burn them.
See, I'm a fruity girl. I like my fruits. I like the lemon vanillas. I like the fruity kind, orange, cherries. I like theirs.
This year, in the UK, Yankee Candle have just released a whole new range to their standard collection, and one of them is lemon iced lemonade. Iced lemonade.
Ooh, that sounds
something
nice.
Along those lines. Oh, gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous, Debbie. It really
That sounds delicious.
Fresh and refreshing. It absolutely is. Sarah Brown saying it's been a great show. Thank you, Debbie, for your demos. You're such a talented person. She absolutely is.
She's so sweet. Thank you.
Karen has been commenting. Nanny to the girls have been commenting. Lillian's been commenting as well. So it's always lovely to see your names popping up as well. So don't forget as well, later on, just shortly within the next show of the day, we do have our Colour Me Happy. So any questions, any questions when it comes to crafting, absolutely fine. Any colouring specific questions, that's going to be the time. Get into social along the bottom. But in the meantime, we've still got just under 15 minutes to go. So Debbie, what we're going to do? Shall I go over? I'll very quickly go over that.
Because so I'll just tell you. So Lily got caught on air there eating a blueberry. I have like little fruit snacks underneath your desk to keep me going.
Yeah, we will all do it.
And I just popped a blueberry and thinking Craig was just still going.
Yeah, that is my bad.
At least it wasn't a chocolate egg. Producer Nicola and Georgia the Joystick.
Exactly.
At least it wasn't a cream egg, is what I'm saying. It was a nice, healthy blueberry.
Definitely.
I'm totally addicted to blueberries at the minute.
They are nice, they are nice. Yes, in that last VT, I did go out and I gave George and Nicola one of the cream eggs. I went to give John one, but I can't see him as of yet. So yes, Aqua starter kit here.
Yes.
This is one of the main focus when it comes to Colour Me Happy later on in the day. That's going to be at 2 o'clock in the UK, 9 AM Eastern Time, 6 AM Pacific Time. You've got your Aqua starter kit where you're going to get your ink pad, 15 Aqua pens. You're also going to be getting your one stamp and your watercolour cardstock, full pack as well. Just to say, that's 12 of your Aqua pens, and then you've got 3 of your Tricolor Aqua pens in that set there. Absolutely fantastic price that you've got, £35 or $45. But if you're platinum, that's then going to come down to £28 or $36 with your double points, of course. Rightio, Debbie.
I am ready. Mouth is clear.
Yes.
Nothing in there, no blueberries, no nothing. So we're gonna come back to that starter kit because it's a lovely stamp, and like I said, this stamp is notoriously known for being without alcohol markers, but you can do your watercolour techniques with them as well. So I've got some pens from the Essentials kit, which is in that starter kit. I've got tan and terracotta, spice and peach, and we're going to do a little mixture of hair and skin tone with these. I've got my little paintbrush ready. I've already stamped onto my premium watercolour cardstock. May I remind you, for those that didn't see it earlier, stamped into watercolour cardstock with the waterproof,
Yeah.
stamped with the alcohol and water thrown over it, and look at the difference. So a very nice, good visual is why we need the right ink pads, and we've popped that in that starter kit for you. I am going to use the glass mat as a little palette, so I'll bring that just down here for a second. And if you ever want, you know, before you start, because obviously you have got your colours, you can pop your little colours just down so it gives you a little indication as to what the colour will look like on the paper. Obviously this is not before you've even started adding other colours to it as well. So I've got the terracotta and the tan, and then I've got the peach and the spice, that's the word I'm looking for, spice, and you can see when they're on there, these are gorgeous colouring mediums, regardless of the fact that they're water-based. But you've got the colours to be able to pop down there and then start to build up in colours. So I'm going to scribble. Now, when you pop it onto your mat, you can barely see it. That's the lightness of the colour. However, I know that I can go in with my little paintbrush. I can pick that colour up and I can paint. And I can start off with the palest of shades. And it really is the palest of shades, which is why we've popped this essential set in with this stamp, and it's just for you to have a practice, because like I said, we're so known for bringing these stamps out with our alcohol markers.
Definitely.
Yeah, so why not? Why not?
I don't think I've seen any of these stamps out in a collection with anything that's water-based, Debbie. I might be wrong, but certainly when I've been on, I've not seen it. So it's lovely to see one of these in with an actual Aqua set.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can still, can you see I'm building up a bit of shade? Went down with a bit of a more watery wash first, and then picked up, and I'm adding the colour directly in. And this is the thing about having a good paintbrush. And I'm telling you, you could not get any finer than these. These do not release any airs. You're not going to start painting and then thinking, oh God, you know, you've got to start knocking. Because that's what I used to think. And then I thought it was me, and then I'm thinking it's not, it's the brush. Royal and Lannickel, well known in the business for the absolutely premium quality brushes. And there's different types of brushes. This is what we call the crafter's choice, because it is perfect for all your crafting needs. Yeah. So again, I'm just going to come in. Now that we said about that forgiving, they are forgiving in terms of you can still blend, you can still come in, I can still add a little bit of water, and I can still kind of drag that down and pop that out. So you can see that lovely shade coming already? You
can see it really
Yeah, absolutely.
clearly.
I'm going to drop down a little bit of the, so that's me, that was me peach. Let me just make sure I've got the right colours there, because I'm terrible for taking tops off and then trying to match my pens back up. Doesn't always work. Nope. You're probably thinking terracotta onto her face, but I'm going to pop a little bit of terracotta down onto there. And again, I'm just going to come in, just dab my brush off first, give that a little bit of a clean, using your tissue and your brush. Again, I don't want to saturate it too much, but I want to pick up a little bit and perhaps put a little bit of shade in under her cheek as well, so you can come in and perhaps give her a little bit of a lip colour. So again, and a little bit of an eyebrow.
I wonder how long it would take for her to wash her hair, dry her hair.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? So can you see now, starting to build up a little bit of colour?
The definition in the
So we
cheekbones.
talk about our pens in terms of alcohol markers. To do with alcohol markers, absolutely gorgeous. They are beautiful, but you can still achieve looks. And the reason why I've gone darker there is because that's where a natural hairline is, which would be naturally in the shade, whereas the front part of her, not so much. But you can start to see how that's working. That's just with the two of those colours. And then we can move to the hair. Keep me mindful at time, Craig, because you know what I'm like.
Yeah, no
and I
we'll
do genuinely get lost.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, technically, you've only done one then, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I have,
So
yeah.
default.
So by default.
There we go then.
I mean, I am going somewhere with this, but doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine.
Default, that
Default,
can go
we'll
in.
do the prism box. Yeah, that's fine. So, and it gives me a bit more time as well, doesn't
Well, that's
it?
the thing. Yeah. You carry on.
Thank you. So I'm going to come in with tan, and I'm going to come back in with a terracotta, and we're going to move to the hair. So again, I'm just going to use this as a palette, so the glass mat itself as a little palette. And again, I'm going to use the brush side. So I'll do that with both. I'll have that one up there.
You know what's lovely as well with a set like this one, Debbie, is maybe you've just not that long started out into colouring, or maybe you've started out with the Academy of Colour, What you can then do is take what you've learnt from Leanne, take the blending, the shading, the definition, the tones, preserving highlights, all of that when it comes to the Aqua Base Academy of Colour pens that have been in the previous ones. And then you can start to bring that now into your additional Aqua pen collections that you've got. So going in with there, it gives you more watercolour cardstock. You've got an extra ink pad, because I presume you'll already have one then. But then you've got your markers, and you can start to practice with what you've already learnt from Leanne. So you're starting to tie all these together.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you can, like the mixing of the colours, adding, leaving, we talk about preserving highlight, you can still preserve highlight with water. What I would say is if you are stamping, try not to go right up to the top of the line, because the nature of an aqua marker and the ink will spread. So if you go right, and I don't know if you've noticed when I've come in, I've just been coming just underneath, because what can happen is it can spread out and it'll bleed. Now, there is ways you can get around that, because you can add a little bit of clear water and just dab it, and then dab it away with your tissue. But to allow it to give time to breathe, the right word I'm looking for there.
Actually, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah,
yeah, because I don't want it to bleed out. I don't want it to bleed into my skin. I don't want to bleed anywhere else. And always, as well, when you're painting, take time. There's no rush. No. You can cover a lot of area straight away. If you want to do that, absolutely you can. The nature of an aqua marker means you can cover big surface area straight away. But take your time. Enjoy the process. I love colouring. I want to enjoy the colouring journey. I don't want it to be a rushed thing. No. So I want to take my time and build up these layers and come in and start to play and add extra dimension to, like I said, preserving highlight, a little bit of an extra shine, going in, adding extra colour, and bringing and building up your colour. Add another colour, so come in with a bit of chocolate if we want. We could change this and add a little bit of chocolate in there. And I normally wouldn't do this, but just to show you that you can, come in, again, bit of a brush, pick it up, and then come in and perhaps add some colour into there as well. And the lovely thing is that you have got the ability to drag that out.
You can.
And I'm going to stop talking, Craig, because I know what I might get going. But you can add the extra to mix up your shades and things like that. So you can start to see how I've been building this up just in these 3 colours, adding a little bit of dimensioning. Don't worry if you go over like in this. What I'm talking about when I'm going up to is up to this area. So top. Just make sure that when you're coming in, that you just come a little bit away, especially if you're adding water, because the nature of that will spread out. So again, just be mindful of that when you're coming in there. But again, you can see mixed colours. Lay down quite a lot if you want to lay down quite a lot. I would naturally leave, so if I go in there and leave a little bit of the highlight just in the centre there. So this is now me doing a little bit bigger than what I've just said about taking time. But you can see the nature of your pen, it gives you the ability, and you can always, oh sorry, little bit drop there. Don't notice that little bit there. We'll just cover that little bit up. But yeah, you can just go in and you can still add. Now, this is a great example where I didn't, to that line, it's spread out. Now, it doesn't matter in here because it's the air, and I'm fine with that. It would have been up here and down here and round the face where it could bleed out. So that's what you try and be mindful of when you are doing these techniques. But again, let's add a little bit more.
That's looking beautiful.
Honestly, it's so a lot easier, and people, and well, I'm saying people, Debbie was scared of aqua markers. When I first saw them in store, I was like, nah, it's not for me. Can't colour with them. Nah, give me my alcohol markers. I'm absolutely fine with my alcohol markers. I'm totally fine. I'm happy with that. And it's only because I was scared, because I didn't know how to get the watercolour effects. Because I didn't think I was good enough.
No, right.
And I'll tell you what it was. I wasn't using the right cardstock. I wasn't using the right ink pad. I wasn't using the right quality, artist quality pens. That's what these are. These are absolutely artist quality pens. You only have to look around the globe, shall we say, well-known artists, some that have worked with us, with our different mediums, to know that if they're using them,
for sure,
that shows you the power of why Spectrum Noir is a force to be reckoned with in the world of colouring, in the world of all those different colouring mediums, and why I absolutely love mine, and I genuinely mean that. So Debbie's got to stop talking, hasn't she?
Because we're running out of time.
Because we're running out of time. But the looks you can achieve are simple. Now, that's one that I'm going to work with and add more to, but you can achieve the kind of looks that you would normally expect. So all that is different colours. I've added a little bit of spice into there, a little bit of the terracotta, a little bit of the chocolate. Play around with them, mix the colours up, and you can achieve those kind of looks. You can naturally preserve highlight. You can get away with a little bit more. And the background is, do you know the background that I showed you at the beginning? It's background.
Wow.
It's a bit of faux bleaching, and it's just using one colour there that I've done a wash with, one colour, and it literally is the same colour, and I've started dark and brought it down and then given that faux bleaching. You can achieve these looks with these pens. You have got a great starter kit. If you was one of those people that I've just said were scared to use watercolour, that starter kit is a great starter for anybody of any skill level. You may have never picked up a colouring medium in your life. That is a fantastic starter kit. You've got a Tricolors, you've got the essentials, you've got the stamp, you've got the paper, the right cardstock, and you've got the ink pad that all complement and work together. And is that the starter kit price? £35, $45?
It is indeed.
Look at the platinum price, double points as well.
Exactly.
Absolutely amazing.
All on
Great
top.
opportunity. I promise you, you get that set, you'll come back and you'll get the rest.
Of course you will, yeah.
Because you will be astounded at the results that you can achieve. You've got to join us for that 2 p.m. show.
That's the thing, and that's exactly what I was about to say. What you've just been seeing, what you've been watching and what you've been learning is just within Wake Up Call. That's not even the actual 2 hours of Colour Me Happy with myself and Debbie. I say that lightly because it's me on this side. Debbie's the one that's doing all that incredible demonstrations and techniques when it comes to the colouring. Lots of love, Nanny to the girls, Holly, Philip, Miriam, Colleen, Caroline, Lillian, all jumping in, saying hi. Make sure of saying hi, as well as loved all those tips there that you've just been given throughout the show. Well, you're going to get a lot more. If you are watching live, then come back in an hour's time, 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. We've got 2 hours on this Friday afternoon here in the UK, of course, time zone, for your Colour Me Happy, all about Aquas as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget as well, we have got our sweet surprises. So today's one is 15% off Crafty Essentials. So if you go onto our website, www.co.uk.com.au, just click on to your Crafty Essentials, that 15% off, and that is exactly what you're going to get. What I do need you to do, though, when it comes to the promo code, I need you to put in CRAFT ESS15. So it's all one word, CRAFT ESS15 in the promo code to activate that 15% discount when it comes to your Crafty Essentials. Stamp cleaners there, glass mats there. That's just 2 items of many ones that you will find across there. And also on all orders from today right up until, of course, midnight your time on Sunday, you're going to get double points on every single item. But we are going to come back with our Colour Me Happy before we come back with our Craft Vault, where we will be letting 5 of you know if you have got your golden ticket. So we will see you very shortly for Colour Me Happy.